Just toast. I'm gonna think about it some.
FOTMs, do you know what time it is? It's toast time. Toast, featuring Stu Stone, Cam Gordon, and Toronto Mike.
That's toast. Yeah, just toast.
That's new?
That's a shorter, different version than we played the first 5 Toast episodes.
You edited it?
I edited it, yeah.
Took out the, after 50 weeks or whatever?
Yeah. It was too long.
Yeah.
It was unruly.
The city love me.
Shout out to Ill Vibe. Welcome to episode 1065 of Toronto Mic'd. Proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. StickerU.com. Create custom stickers, labels, tattoos, and decals for your home and your business. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Doer. The world's most comfortable pants and shorts. Save 15% with the promo code TMDS. Ridley Funeral Home. Pillars of the community since 1921. And Canna Cabana.
Yes.
The lowest prices on cannabis.
Where the lowest price is the law.
Guaranteed. That's Club Z, right? Returning for the 6th episode of Toast is Stu Stone?
Yes. Hello,
well,
Mike.
Stu, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you as well.
Cam, I was going to say Buffy bailed, and I'm trying to figure out how to put this, but because he said, he actually said, don't, speak too much about my situation, but that makes it sound like it's worse than it is. So I think I'll just say that the truth, which is Cam Gordon is under the weather, and I've opened a Zoom.
This beautiful weather?
I've opened a Zoom, and I'm going to keep a Zoom open for the entire recording in case he has the strength.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, he's Buffy bailed. He's not strong enough to zoom in.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
At some point between the time I got home from soccer and prepared to move it in, and now, yeah.
Wow.
So there's no Cam Gordon unless he surprises us by joining the Zoom.
Well, couldn't we have just postponed this until he felt better?
No,
I mean, that you or him would ask that, if I was sick, the show would go on. I'm just being a mensch and saying Well,
look, toast is a very specific recipe when we make our toast. There's a Cam Gordon element and a Stu Stone element.
But that element's not here.
I agree, but it's a monthly thing. It's not I think the show goes on. We're going to kick out sax jams. I have a surprise in store. We have to talk about the premiere of your movie. I got some jokes to see if it makes you laugh. We have a lot of ground to cover, so I didn't want to...
No, I get it.
Yeah.
So it's just... But this, just for the record, this should count as 2 appearances for me. Because I'm now, I'm going to gain 1 on Cam here because he's not here.
And you gained 1. Okay, so the last time I saw you,
I've
there was
gained
no
2
Cam.
on Cam since
that's true.
Since the last Toast episode.
So let me say that Stu Stoner ep with Canna Cabana was great fun. What did you think of the Canna Cabana episode?
I thought it was great fun.
Great fun.
I thought it was great fun. The gentleman from Canna Cabana,
Andy Palalis.
Andy Palalis was quite the gentleman. Canada Kev. If you guys missed the episode.
There's a mensch.
What a guy. Brought me a wooden, family crest, sort of placard.
Right, because you're a Stewart, and he's a Stewart.
And then, of course, Kareem was there.
Yep, Kareem the Dream.
And he was sampling the goods. So there's a show. And Mike sampled the goods.
So you took a photo, because, of course, we don't...
I don't know if I took that photo, but somebody did.
Because I don't record...
Somebody must have screen
I didn't record that episode.
I think it might have been Cam Brio.
Oh, so you didn't take that photo?
Well, I'm, indirectly I did because I may have put it out into the universe.
But didn't I see you take out your phone to take a picture?
I did take a picture of you, so that may have been the picture. So
okay, you're not sure though.
I'm not sure.
So I thoroughly enjoyed smoking weed with you in that Canna Cabana episode.
So are you now, how many times have you smoked weed since that episode?
I haven't actually smoked since. I like the communal aspect of it.
Social.
With dudes
You're
on the deck.
social smoker.
Right. I'm also a social drinker, and I need to crack this open right now. So thank you, Great Lakes, for sending over the fresh craft beer. This is a Sunnyside.
It's kind of warm.
IPA. Oh, you're opening that? No. I didn't know you were going to drink.
I
got to go up and get.
Drink.
Okay.
I'll just waste this one.
Don't. It's up to you.
I'll take a couple swigs.
We'll take it home. Okay. Because I can get you one from the fridge.
Yeah, you want to do
that? Yeah. So let me crack open mine.
Okay. That's a good pour.
I know you won't drink a lot, but do you want an IPA, an ale, or a lager?
You know, this is a good market research for GLB because, you know,
do you like the fruity, hoppier
Sure.
stuff? Okay, so that's an IPA.
I don't really know what I like because I don't like any of it.
Talk to the people, and I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I guess growing up, never, wasn't, didn't like the taste of alcohol all that much. So, maybe this is the thing that I needed. I needed Mike he's running up the stairs in his sponsored shorts to get me a cold GLB. Maybe I'll enjoy it, and that would be something. This is what it would be like if it was just the Stu Stone, Toronto Stu. It would just be me here talking to you. And, for some of you, that sounds like it could be a nightmare. But for some of you, you might actually enjoy it. I mean, there's so much to discuss. And if you are joining us live in the live.torontomike.com chat room, which is what you should do, we were chatting with you here all night long.
And I'll peek in on people's comments. Is Trudy in the live chat?
I don't know.
All right. I see Andy's there. I see Ian Service is there. Is that David Drolet? Double D. I want to say hi to Daryl Dahmer's here. Moose Grumpy. I see YYZ Gord. YYZ Gord was a big topic yesterday. You going to crack that on the mic? Okay, enjoy. YYZ Gord was a big topic during the Amber Pay episode of Toronto Mic'd. I learned a lot about the guy. Like, he was really smart in high school.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's a burst. I love the burst. I got a sunny side, so cheers to you.
It's kind of delicious, actually.
Mm. That's the IPA. It's got that fruity.
How many of these can you suck back?
I always
sitting.
Okay, I can. I mean, if I'm having a good long convo with a buddy, I'll do 4 or 5.
4 or 5 tall boys like this?
Yeah.
And then you ride your bike?
It depends what tall boy. Like, not an octopus. After 2 octopus wants to fight, I'm feeling a little tipsy.
Why, are they stronger?
Yeah. They hit me differently. So this one I'm drinking now, Sunnyside, I can do 4 or 5 of these on a nice day.
4 or 5?
Be fine. Yeah.
I'd be in the fucking hospital.
But I wouldn't drive after 4 or 5.
No, but you'd be drunk.
I would be tipsy.
Just tipsy after 4 or 5? What does
so.
it take to get you over the edge?
So Cam has sent me 3 wave files via email that are fun facts for his jams.
Oh, so we still have to play
We're
his
still going to go through his jams. Yeah, this is going to be something. So I have a lot of ground I want to cover with you.
Strong enough to do wave files?
The Zoom is open if he wants to show up. So I want to say right off the top, happy anniversary.
Get well, Cam.
Get well, Cam. I hope you feel better, buddy. Happy anniversary to my beloved wife, Monica. Tomorrow, it's 9 years of marriage for us.
Wow. So what's 9 years of marriage? So have you been married to this show longer than her?
Yeah, I married this show between marriages. So,
so you were like a podcaster and she knew that about you and still married you. That's huge, man.
Yeah, she knew what she was getting into.
That's your ride or die right there. So is 9 years like a specialty?
No.
There's not like the aluminum.
We're gonna go to the keg on Friday night.
Well, there you go.
So we have reservations and everything.
Rezzos at the keg?
And Grandma's gonna watch the 2 little kids.
Which keg are you going to?
Probably the Sherway keg. If anybody wants to come buy our meal for us.
When are you going? What day?
Friday.
This Friday?
Yeah.
You got Rezzos at the keg?
Yeah, Sherway keg.
Are you going to dress up?
No. I mean, I'm going to wear some doer pants and doer shirts.
Didn't the keg used to be a dress-up kind of place back in the day?
Not in my day.
Not in your day?
It's always been a step above Kelsey's. Like, it's a nice place, but I never felt like I had to dress up.
No, but the food is... they've raised the prices a little bit.
Sure, but your anniversary only comes once a year.
Sure. So what are you going to order?
I don't know yet, but...
you don't know? Like you have to look over the keg menu just in case they have some new summer offering?
Probably like a piece of protein, like some meat, and then maybe like a side, and then...
now, this is a good question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
When you're ordering a steak, do you judge by... And people in the chat room, I would love to get their feedback on this as well. And be honest. When you're looking at the menu and you're out with other people... There's 2 different ways that this could go, right? But when you're looking at the menu, you don't know how the bill's going to be split yet when you sat down, right? You're on your anniversary, so this doesn't count.
Right.
But you're at the keg, let's just say.
I'm with you.
You open up the menu, and you're in that middle section. There's like that middle section that has like the proteins.
Right.
Do you
Like
judge what
steaks
you're going to order based on the price?
Yeah.
Or do you order it based on the item?
Okay, so personally, I avoid right off the top. I eliminate all the super expensive shit. Like I don't want to spend $200 on my meal.
Right.
Like, so yeah, without a doubt, I look at the prices. So if there's that, I don't know, if there's like a $80 steak, like I basically don't allow myself that luxury.
I don't think the keg sells an $80 steak, so I think you're okay there.
Well, I don't know. I haven't checked in
I think
a long time.
it's like a $50 commitment. But
Yeah.
I will say this.
Yeah.
And here's a life hack for everybody.
Let's hear it.
Okay?
Put a little cockroach in there.
No. Here is a life hack. If you're going out with a group of 6 or more, which, some of you have 5 friends. You want to turn me up a bit here, Mike, on the headphones? It's a bit quiet tonight. It's a bit quiet in here tonight. This is like the can. There you go.
Is that better?
That's,
I can give you
yeah.
another notch if you
A little
want.
high end on me.
Is that, you want more?
No, that's good. So, if you're going to a restaurant like the Keg,
Yeah, which Ian says $45 or so for
there
a
you
steak.
go. So
there.
we're in the same ballpark.
Okay, it sounds like a deal.
If we run the prices right, we would both be sort of like going up on stage. But anyway, hear me out here. It's a party of 6 or more. Order whatever you want. You know why? Because the bill's getting split 6 ways anyway.
I don't think it works that way.
It does work that way. You
Okay,
order
in my
whatever you
experience,
want. You order the big steak.
I don't think it works that way. I think somebody pipes in and says separate bills.
No.
And then everyone
I don't
gets
know
the
who you
bill
go
for
out
what
with.
they order.
No.
When I went out with the FOTMs after Beck's visitation, I distinctly remember we all got like our own little like bill for what we ordered.
Well, they must have spotted you guys coming. But I'll tell you what. For me, it's unfair usually. Because I don't really drink. As
yeah,
noted.
the drinking gets
Everybody's there.
Right.
They're ordering 1 drink and 2
you get
drinks and 3
nailed on
drinks.
that.
All of a sudden, it's $60 in booze per person,
Right.
and I'm here paying for it. I should have ordered, instead of the $46 steak that Ian Service eats,
Right.
I should have ordered the $54 steak that Moose Grumpy eats. I should have
Moose
ordered that
Grumpy
one.
gets the escargot
Yeah,
every time.
for
Okay,
sure.
that's what she says.
The mushroom
And
caps.
Andy says you can't go wrong with a filet mignon.
Here's another life hack for the Keg. I mean, this is not a life hack. This is like barely a mind blow. But if it's your anniversary, make sure they know that, because you'll get a complimentary slice of Billy Miner pie.
Yeah. Which is very good. So you get like the pie there, and you get the 2 forks,
And
you
it's
can
ice
kinda,
cream,
it's
and
nice.
that's a delicious piece of cake right there.
I agree.
Yeah.
How far are you? Okay, I'm just checking if you're on that mic. For
I'm
some reason,
on.
I am a little louder than you, but that's okay.
It's okay. Now I feel like we're good.
I just boosted you a little bit there.
Andy likes the filet mignon.
Shout out to Andy.
Do you order your steak? How do you order your steak?
Medium rare?
Yeah.
How do you order your
I
steak?
guess that's how you're supposed to do it, right?
Well, I'm not afraid of red steak like my wife Monica, who gets spooked. Like she thinks she's going to get salmonella poisoning.
Right.
But I have to explain to her that it's about temperature, right?
I like a pinkish medium.
Hey, Stu, a lot of ground I want to cover, and I have a big surprise coming up shortly. But we need to dive into this June 22nd event at Review Cinema.
Yes. And shout out to Ridley Funeral Home for the love on that they gave.
Tell me more about the love they gave.
Well, they didn't, but I'm assuming they will.
Do you know Ridley Funeral Home? They sponsored the grilled cheese at the Grilled Cheese Challenge Saturday, and that grilled cheese won the competition.
They're sponsored.
Right. So
killed the competition.
Yeah. So the Ridley Funeral Home, they are technically, Ridley Funeral Home won the Grilled Cheese Challenge on Saturday.
Well, mazel tov to them. That's really, really great. On June 22nd, Mike will be there. I will be there. If Cam is feeling better, maybe he'll be there.
No, Cam says he's not going. I will be there, but I can't remember. He's got something with his daughter or something.
Right. Well, that old excuse. So Faking a Murder, the movie that we've been talking about for a long time. I'm sure most of you who are listening have seen the movie already. So let's just get that out of the way. But for those who haven't seen the movie, it is going to be screening at the Review Cinema in Toronto, the world-famous Review Cinema in Toronto. And not only will I be there, but Adam Rodness will be there. Toronto Mike will be there.
I'll be there. I wouldn't miss it.
But there will also be some fun surprises and monumental sort of career announcements. I'm going to put it out there like
really?
that.
Like from you?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You're going to get a radio gig in Kingston.
Nothing about radio in Kingston.
Well, they can't afford you. Listen.
Well, I wanted to do that.
Can you give
gig.
me a teaser?
I cannot give you a teaser,
Wow.
but I will tell you that could be life-changing.
Okay, so I need some specifics, though. Like, can FOTMs who are listening to us right now get comped?
Well, I was planning on, I was planning on giving away tickets to people who wrote in emails.
I have
with
some
jokes.
entrants. I have some entrants.
So those people that write in, they're going to get it. And depending on what kind of a mood I'm in,
Okay.
after I hear those jokes, maybe there's room for more.
Okay, so do you want to hear? I have a couple of entrants.
Yeah, I would love nothing more than for FOTMs and FOSSs to show up. I don't expect there to be, scalpers out front, but you can get tickets in advance.
People might be hesitant because they don't want to buy the tickets.
It's $12.
It's $12,
and I don't even get the money. Goes to the
But we are
Review
giving
Cinema.
away some tickets, right?
Yeah, we're giving away tickets for sure.
Okay.
I want people to come.
So-
I'm saying that the Review Cinema has been closed for 2 years. They need the money to keep the popcorn going.
Oh, I hear you.
So it's more
Yeah,
about
it's a bit of a
helping
dick
them
move.
out than it is for me. But
Right,
I have no problem sneaking people in the back door if they know the secret knock.
Let's get specific here. Joe Louis.
Joe
And
Louis.
Joe Louis,
That's
one of
my
your
pal.
Yeah, he's the guy who
I know.
hated you.
Yep.
And then somebody said, "Hey, there's a podcast of that guy you hate." And it's nice to talk about someone hating you for a change, because the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have hated me. I just want to throw that out.
And I thought when you brought me here today, I thought we were going to do the big deep dive on 106.5 on the FM dial. If that's it.
What channel's that?
I don't even know.
I don't think that is a channel.
But I got to tell you, Mike, there was all that stuff going on with Q107 and whatnot, and I'm sure
the
you've
Derringer
covered.
story?
Yeah, you've covered it immensely, and I heard, and it kind of angered me. But I heard there's that other guy,
Dean Blundell.
Dean Blundell. He was doing a show, and he was really talking.
How did you hear it? Did you hear it organically? Like, do you listen to that show?
Well, I'm not a regular listener of the Dean Blundell show. I remember it was one of the FOTMs posted something saying,
Right.
"Oh, this guy's talking shit," and I'm like, "I got to check this out."
Yeah.
So I checked it out, and I got to tell you, man, I felt like it was unjustified. I think anybody who knows you, they wouldn't say that stuff about you. He was saying,
Well, I don't know which
paraphrase?
because it was multiple episodes, so I don't know which one you're referring
the
to.
one I heard was when he called you a garbage human.
Okay, that's the first one.
He
That's the
said you're
Tuesday after.
a jock sniffer or something like
Yeah,
that.
that was his first hit, which was his Tuesday after
That's the one I heard.
the long weekend.
That Mike is human
Okay.
garbage.
So he went far beyond that a couple of weeks later. So I will just tell you and the FOTM.
And I don't know Dean, by the way, but I just feel like he doesn't know you because
He doesn't know
I
me.
feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I don't think I would waste almost 3 years of my life spending time with someone who is a human piece of garbage.
Right, the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
Well, Stu, that means a lot to have your support. But I want to tell you, I put together a 30-minute piece of audio. I know that sounds like a long time, but when you see the timestamp on this episode that's dropping tomorrow morning, the timestamp will look like 90 minutes, but it's actually only 30 because there's a 60-minute something else tagged on the end. So it's only 30 minutes. Would you give that episode 30 minutes of your life? So this one we're recording right now is 1065. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to drop 1066. Would you, Stu Stone, give 30 minutes of your
Sure.
life to this episode? Okay.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me because I basically, it was my opportunity to give this story perspective and to respond to some of the things that are said, because this has been totally fucking draining me and bothering me the last few weeks. As you know, I'm a busy guy. I was at soccer earlier. I got the 4 kids. One's on her way to Montreal. There's so much going on everywhere. I'm building an enterprise here. I'm trying to kick out some sax jams with you.
Yeah.
And I got my anniversary tomorrow.
At the keg.
Right. Except we're going on Friday, not tomorrow. But tomorrow's the anniversary. So having these attacks,
Multiple attacks.
multiple attacks, and 100% unwarranted.
What's the second attack?
Far worse than the first attack.
Do you have audio of that? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, but this is so. I have
Is that all coming tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'm putting that audio, my response.
Oh, you
the
responded.
context, because there's actually a radio person in this story. Like, you think it's just like DB, but there's actually a current Q107 radio personality in this story that you'll be hearing from that person in this episode 1066. And this person is sort of the source for some of these lies that get spewed onto that other podcast. So,
well, I'll tell you what, as somebody who knows a little bit of something about some of the great beefs in entertainment history, a little beef never hurt anybody, Mike. As long as it's served up raw and uncooked, I think that, some beef between you and him, that's not bad. I mean, everybody wins there.
I don't feel like this is my place to be. I'm very disinterested in the beef, and I would like after I drop
what does
this
the
thing,
beef stem from? Even like, what did you do to this guy?
Well, nothing.
You must have done
I've never met him.
something.
No, I mean he says
Well,
in
he
his,
has an opinion of you that comes from something.
yes, and that's what I respond to tomorrow.
Have you evolved over? Did you used to be a human piece of garbage?
It was never me. It was
It's
never
always
me.
him.
It was someone else. It was I've been mistaken for whoever did whatever I'm accused of doing was never me. Ever. It was never me.
So it's like a false
This goes back to 2009 when this Q107 person who used to be on 102.1 got me confused with some troll on some forum or some internet blog somewhere else, and then basically has been telling this story for 13 years. And then Dean, of course, parrots all this nonsense on his podcast. So I'm responding to it very clearly tomorrow morning.
Good.
But I have some jokes for you.
Yes.
Because if you laugh at these, and before I read these jokes, the first from Joe Louis, I had an episode with a gentleman named Chef Jordan Wagman. This was Monday, I think.
Jordan Wagman.
Jordan Wagman went to Thornlea.
Yes.
And he absolutely loved Jack of all trades.
Really?
Because he's friends with Harv Glazer.
Sure.
So just wanted you to know
That's
that.
pretty cool. He talked about that on his appearance?
Yeah, we talked about that during his appearance on Toronto Mike. His Toronto Mike debut.
Shout out to him.
So shout out to Chef Jordan.
He's a good dude.
He's a good guy. Okay, Joe Louis. This is the one, Joe Louis. It's a long one, so bear with me here. This is a joke because he wants tickets to see Faking a Murderer with us.
Yes.
June 22nd at Review Cinema. What time again? 8?
8:30 is sort of recommended time of arrival because it's first come, first served
I'll be there.
seating.
Well, it's going to be busy, so I'm going to get there early. Okay.
I won't. I'll get there at 9:30.
Wow, because you got to make an appearance.
Well, you know
but
how it
everyone,
goes.
I'll be there doing selfies with FOTMs.
Mike will be doing a meet and greet out front. The lobby is about the size of this basement there, so don't get too excited to go inside. You want to kind of hang out. There's some local bars right next door.
I've been there a few times.
Maybe there's some Canna Cabana going on around that neighborhood. I don't know.
I think I went to a Much Music reunion there once.
That's fun.
It was fun. Okay, so Julie, here it is. An old lady wearing her Sunday best is strolling through the park on a beautiful spring day when she comes across a young girl sitting under a tree with her puppy. "You're so cute," says the kind old woman to the girl. "What's your name?" "My name is Blossom. My mom named me that because she said that one day when I was in her tummy, she sat under a tree just like this, and a blossom fell onto her belly." "That's such a beautiful story," said the kind old woman. "Your puppy is adorable. What's his name?" "Oh, his name is Porky." "That's such a strange name," said the old woman. "How did he get it?" "Oh, he likes to fuck pigs." The old lady dropped dead of a heart attack. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. The end. Joe Louis.
I'll tell you what. That sounds like a Joe Louis original. I'll tell you what.
I know it's lacking that funny part, right?
No, you reading it is worth the price of admission alone.
I tried so hard,
You did
Joe.
voices. You brought a lot to the table on the read. I'm gonna give him the tickets. Why not?
Okay, Jolie, you get the tickets. I have another joke from Al Grego, but
So that's 2 tickets. You're gonna keep track of this, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'll leave the tickets under your name, and then you could deal with it.
So Joe Louis, we're gonna take care
Pair
of
of
you.
tickets for Joe.
Al Grego, your joke is coming next, but I'm going to veer off to this big surprise I've been working on for a while here. Stu Stone,
Yes.
I'm going to let somebody into the Zoom,
Oh no.
and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if you recognize this voice. Bear with me here. So everybody listening at home, the mystery guest has just joined the Zoom, and only I can see this mystery guest. So I'm gonna ask the mystery guest if she would please say hello to the FOTMs listening.
Hello.
Now, mystery guest,
Okay.
mystery guest, I have with me here a man named Stu Stone. one of Stu Stone's claims to fame. Claims to fame.
What's about to happen here?
Is he was once in a movie. With a Canadian actress. What's the orgies? What was that movie called?
Heavenly Bodies.
Heavenly Bodies.
Yes. Classic.
Mystery guest. Have you ever seen Heavenly Bodies?
Never heard of it.
I know that voice.
Okay. Mystery guest, let Stu know. Who are you?
That's amazing.
I'm somebody who could arm wrestle him easily.
I'm blushing right now. That's Cynthia Dale.
That's Cynthia Dale.
That's unbelievable.
So,
oh, well, that is it.
That's unbelievable. That's my mom.
I want to be quiet for a moment. You two have a little exchange. Maybe
I haven't spoken to her in since I'm I've just the amount of times that I've seen that movie. It feels like I've seen Cynthia every day because it's like such a huge. I think that she needs to understand. And Cynthia, you can hear me. You need to understand.
And I changed the camera. Now Cynthia is looking right at you.
Oh, she's looking right at me. This is unbelievable. Oh, there you are. Look at this. You look great. Listen, you need to embrace the fact that is a classic. And you are so good. And you look great in it. And you're dancing your ass off. And it's
not good a movie, darling. I got to tell you.
People love it, though. People love it. Art is subjective, right? To some people, it's beautiful art. And I just think that it's so incredible that, it probably haunts you, but I think it's great. I think.
No, it doesn't haunt me. No, it doesn't. Look, it was of a time, right?
Yes.
It was this little bubble, this little moment in time, many lifetimes ago for me.
Yes. Well, you've had such a beautiful career that you've gone on to do such amazing stuff. But
so have you.
Well,
so have you.
I thank you. And it all started with you, That was my first movie role. That was, and
we're young.
I was like a little pisher.
For that to have a career.
Yes. Well, I was like working in like Kraft macaroni commercials and stuff at the time. So I had to get, give me some credit there. But but that was like the first time I got to I had to learn lines and go to the, what a trip this is. So you need to arm wrestle me, I'm told, but I think you'd beat me.
I want this gig.
So Stu, Cynthia wants to be my co-host on Toast.
Yeah, I mean,
can't she just Cam's gone? Can't she just?
You got a problem with that?
I think she could take me.
You're laughing. I'm serious here.
It's a nervous laugh because you could take me. You could take me. Are you? And I understand you got like a one-woman show and you're singing and you're. I'm so excited about all of this for you. Have you started the performances already, or they're coming up?
Start on the 23rd. We only do 4 shows. We do the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. You should come. I should come.
That takes. How long does it take to put? To prep, to prepare, and there's got to be a lot of pressure. It's just you out there, and you know what I mean.
It's taken about 60 years.
Perfect. Better an overnight success takes 60 years sometimes. You look great. You look the same.
No, not really. You got it. I think you need to have your glasses checked.
Well, to be fair, the screen is. Can you move the screen closer, Mike? This is unbelievable.
I can't believe. I just want to, as my perspective, witnessing this moment. This is a magic moment where Cynthia Dale.
Yeah.
Your mother in Heavenly Bodies.
Yeah, and we've not, I have abandonment issues from my mother. I haven't spoken to her in.
And again, we've played that, mommy, what's orgies?
Now that scene has haunted me for my life. So that.
Well, then you really need to
because everywhere I go, people are asking me about that. What's an orgies?
Just Weisblatt.
No, well, not just him. It's come up in the past. But what a funny thing this is. This, the soundtrack and all that. There's a big resurgence. There's people that are obsessed with it. I'm sure you know all about it. But
no, it may just be you.
It might just be me. Yeah.
People. I don't think it's people.
Well, I want to tell you.
I gotta say, every once in a while, I get notes from women who were young girls in Europe who saw the movie, and it meant a lot to them because at the time they couldn't get VHS. It was VHS copies of movies very often, and so the ones they got, they treasured. Sort of around, and treasured, and then they find me, 400 years later, like now on Twitter or Instagram. It's like, my God, I remember you when, you know, you did this movie that meant so much to me when I was a young girl. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I will say that like the blood, sweat, and tears that her character has like during that like dance off, that was legit. Like she was literally dancing for like 100 hours for like 3 days in a row of like all day. Like I remember watching as a kid being like, how is she doing this?
Like that's where Liberty Village is now, right?
Yeah.
Right. All those old World War II buildings that were just sort of, they weren't anything then. They were just fantastic old, you know, great brick walls and the wood floors, and then the bodies against all that. Like there was really good textures. That's what I remember about that.
Yeah.
And there were like half of the rooms were abandoned at the time, and that's why we could shoot in them. And then years later, they made this fantastic area where lots of people and our friends live now.
It's unbelievable how that's literally the spot, Liberty Village. That's where we shot the movie. That's unbelievable. And it's just crazy. You know, my aunt, I got to tell you something. I have an aunt, Auntie Sandy. I wish she was listening. She's 95 years old. She's still very with it and all for it.
She's listening.
Well, I'm going to play this for her. But she loves you so much. Street Legal.
Bring your aunt to the show.
Street Legal.
Stu, bring in
is
Sandy.
Her favorite show.
Bring your aunt to the show.
I should.
I was going to bring my aunt, who's in her 90s, to the show too. So you can bring your aunt.
I should.
So let me tell the FOTMs listening that Monica and I are going to the show.
Oh, you guys are going to the show.
Absolutely. And Cynthia, if anyone listening out, there's still tickets available?
Oh yeah. Yeah, lots of tickets. Yeah, it's at the Winter Garden. It's a big theater.
It's a big theater. Okay. So everybody, there's only the 4 shows. What you said is like 80 minutes, no intermission. You're going to play sing some Stephen Sondheim songs.
Wow.
It's going to be off the hook, and I can't wait to see it, Cynthia. And Cynthia, I feel like we've known each other forever. Like, I feel like we're best friends. I can't believe we just met.
Oh, truly. Like, yeah, we're family now, man. We're in.
How funny is this?
Like, we're like, you know... We're gonna do other things together, you and me, Mike. Okay?
Oh, I desperately want to hang with Cynthia Dale.
She's all about Mike. I get it. I get back to me for 1 second, Cynthia.
What about my needs? He says, yeah.
So do I look like?
Oh, yeah. Would you have recognized him?
No way. If I came up to you, I'd have to like explain like who I am. But this is what I grew up. This is what I look like now.
I gotta tell you, it was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
she doesn't.
Oh.
She,
And Stu, here's the one thing I want to ask Stu, because
I'm a hard-hearted Hannah. What can I say?
she's had a lot of sun since then.
I had a lengthy conversation with Cynthia Dale about Heavenly Bodies, and she revealed that the late Lawrence Dane was a one-take man.
Sure. That's it. That's all he could afford.
But that's your first movie, so that's all you know at that point.
Well, you know, film costs money, so they couldn't afford to burn the film. I don't even know how they got the money to get the film, but
we only got a second take if the camera screwed up.
Yeah,
or if somebody else did, we didn't get a second take for us at all.
But it's unbelievable. I just know that like I couldn't read or anything, but when I see that back, I see me mouthing all of her lines. Like I know everybody's lines because like that's how you learn the lines when you're 5 or 6.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's unbelievable. Have you ever run into any of the other cast members, like Richard, the guy the love interest? Like what happened to him?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Happened to any of them.
He might show up at the one-woman show.
I've never run into anybody. You're the first person, and I can't wait to see you in person. But you're the first person I've even spoken to that was even experienced that. It's crazy. So obviously you've gone on to
that big a hit.
Well, it was. You're just looking at it through the wrong lens.
Evidently,
you're looking through like I got rose-colored glasses on.
So you do.
Yes.
Totally. Yes.
Before we kick out the sax and say goodbye to my BFF Cynthia Dale, I just want to let people know that
just for later, we'll hang.
Trust me, anytime. TMLXX. Cynthia has promised if she's in town, she's going to show up at this thing.
And arm wrestle me.
So my plan is this is September 1st from
charity?
6 to 9. But there's going to be an in-person meeting between Cynthia Dale and Stu Stone.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Like this is September 1, so all FOTMs listening, put it in the calendar.
Listen, people
Great
who
Lakes
are
Brewery.
people who wanted the reunion that no one asked for, they're gonna get it.
Cynthia, you're a sweetheart. I hope everybody buys tickets to your one woman show. Again, it's
For real. Congratulations on that.
It's coming very soon, so people need to go to the website. Just Google it. Like I just Googled Cynthia Dale one woman show, and it was like magically number 1, and I found it very quickly.
Thanks, Mike.
And where are you right now, Stratford or Toronto?
I'm in Toronto right now. We had our first day at the theater today.
Wow. She's in there. Dress rehearsals ready to rock.
I can be there in a half an hour via bicycle.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting close.
Wow, you're going to crush it.
I hope so. I hope so.
Wow.
All right, I'm switching the camera so I can do
incredible.
a proper goodbye.
And
here.
thank you so much for doing this, Mike. And Cynthia, you're a beautiful person, and I wish you nothing but the best. Please don't hurt me when we arm wrestle. But maybe we'll reunite some way. I'm making movies now. I'd love a Cynthia Dale. If you're still would act for the same rates as Heavenly Bodies, I could afford you. No, but for real, I would love to. I would love a Cynthia Dale. She's got to be in one of my things. I mean, that would be amazing. So just throwing it out there.
Okay.
We're gonna make that happen. So Cynthia, I'll see you soon because I'll be at your one woman show.
Okay.
And then I'll see you September 1st. Maybe in the meantime, we'll hook up for a coffee or a beer or something. And thanks for doing this. I'm so excited that I got to get you and Stu back together.
So
thanks for doing this.
So much.
Take care. All the best. Bye. Take care.
400 years.
See ya.
Bye, Cynthia Dale. Wow.
Mike, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
I can't believe you just did that. How did you pull that off?
Well, I have friends in high places here. I'm
Yeah.
going to put her in the waiting room so that it's not an awkward...
Yeah, I feel like she's... I don't know how to say it. I feel like she's wrong about Heavenly Bodies.
Okay, I wanted to go to the live.torontomike.com and just see what the
I feel like
reaction is.
I just feel like she doesn't realize that it's like been enough time that people like love it. Like there's hardcore movie fans
I'm gonna
that
say
love
I
the
think
movie.
you've got the rose-colored glasses on because you were in it.
No,
But
you're
here,
wrong. You're wrong, man. Look it up on the internet.
Hey Ref wants to know what years you were at Thornley. Do you want to just
In the 90s.
In the 90s, okay. Also, I'm just looking at the catching up really quickly here before we get to the jams. People are looking forward to episode 1066. I wish I didn't have to release that. I really, really wish I didn't have to release that. VP of Sales loves the Cynthia Dale cameo. And YYZ Gord
That
says
was crazy, man.
Stu takes over the show. Maybe Mike loses out to Cynthia. That's fine. I would take a backseat to Cynthia any day. The brother, but not brother Bill. This is the brother Neil. He says... he says tickets are available. Yes, we got that. And let me see. Hold on here. They do want you to talk about your cool T-shirt you're wearing, the Duran Duran T-shirt.
That's a great T-shirt.
And then he's asking if this is still an episode of Toast. Yes, it's turning into Toast right now. VP of Sales.
Can you imagine how awkward that would have been if Cam was here for that Cynthia Dale reunion?
Well, that was the plan
We
until
would
an
have had
hour
to
ago.
introduce her to Cam and explain him.
Well, I was just gonna blow.
You know
Cam
what?
off as normal.
I've got a lot of love for her, and she obviously doesn't we have different memories of the same thing. Isn't that
Right.
wild? It's like two people can be in the same place doing the same thing and have completely different experiences. And God
Well, you're
knows,
at such different parts of your life.
but
at that
also
point.
God knows what she went through on that set. I don't know, 'cause she was a young woman.
Well,
on
that
a
was
set.
she's trying to make the next Flash dance.
Sure.
And
No,
even
and
though
they-
you think it was a hit, it actually was not a hit. Like that's like a
No, but it's an ironic hit that like it's one of those like
Okay.
hipsters like it type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the cool kids like it.
So Leslie noticed, because Leslie's on the live stream, she said she noticed the smile on your face.
Yes.
You were lighting
Genuinely
up
so happy, and that offer is legit. If I'm gonna make more stuff, Mike.
Yeah, but I've never got a cameo in one of your
you're
movies
not
yet.
Cynthia Dale.
No, I'm not.
So if she wants to come on,
Okay.
I should write her as my mom.
Andy says that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Moose Grumpy says wonderful. Love that comment. VP says what a moment. So
Could she
Quebec
see me?
Irish boy, shout out to you. Says that Liz would want to arm wrestle you in the park after.
Could she see me?
Yeah, who?
Cynthia saw me.
Cynthia saw you.
Okay.
So that when you looked, she saw what you saw with there. I changed the camera so that Cynthia was seeing your camera
Right.
instead of mine. And then at the very end, I switched it back.
That was
to
a
say goodbye.
historic moment for like a
Oh, and
student.
I took
This
a
is your
screen cap.
life.
I took a screen cap of the Zoom,
Yeah.
which I'm going to send to you.
That was
you did.
unbelievable that you pulled that off, man.
I just want to make your life better, man. All I want to fucking do is make other people's lives
You've
better.
done a great job.
Okay.
You are not a trash human.
Let me do the Al Grego joke, which is much shorter than the Joe Louis joke.
By the way, Cynthia Dale, if she wants 2 tickets for the faking.
okay,
the
here's
murder,
my
but
Cynthia-
she
so
can't
here's my
'cause
take.
It's the same time. My show and her
Right.
show are competing.
Oh, I had another
shows.
conflict, but I blew. So Johnny Dovercourt invited me to the Horseshoe Tavern for like music and a book launch thing, and I actually it was the same night as yours.
Yeah,
And I said
it's
to
a
Johnny
popular
Dovercourt,
night.
I said, I'm loyal to Stuart Stone, so I'm not going to be
Yeah.
able to make that one. But
Sorry
Al
about
Grego
that.
says, "You ready, Stu?
Yeah.
Why did the hipster
Right?
burn his mouth?
Why did the hipster burn his mouth? Okay.
He drank the coffee before it was cool."
Yeah, that's good. We'll give him some tickets for that. Al Grego, 2 tickets. Is that a sax jam? So it's just the 2 entrants?
I'm just gonna play a little of this as we introduce the topic. So, FOTM's listening. Yeah, I know. That's why I thought I'd move on because
Just 2 jokes.
I only got 2 submissions.
Okay, well, you know what? If anybody else wants tickets for free, you still have to the end of this broadcast, live broadcast, to send
Come
in
on.
a joke.
Hang with me and Stu. Watch this fucking great movie. It'll be amazing, that communal experience, and getting some popcorn and some stuff from the snack bar. Have a great night. It's June 22. It's June 22.
June 22. I'm just still thinking about Cynthia Dale.
Well, I'll be seeing her June 24.
That was really fucking crazy that I just spoke to Cynthia. And like, of all the times I thought like, oh, if I ever got to speak to Cynthia, what would I say to her? And then it just happened like that.
Well, I wanted
and
to
I don't
surprise
even know
you.
if I said the right shit. At least I got the Auntie Sandy shout out in. So Auntie, I could tell her. I told Cynthia that you say what's up.
I think she's a genuinely lovely woman who is actually sincerely game to be very involved with the TMU, the Toronto Mike Universe,
So why don't you
and
do
the
a Cynthia
FOTMs.
Dale podcast?
Oh, well, I'm not going to go sell her a podcast. Like let her finish.
No, like why doesn't
Well-
she just do like a series with you on like hating heavenly bodies?
Well, she came over. She came over. She did have her initial, deep dive with
Yeah.
me. So, and then she's so like hyper focused on this one woman
Do you want
show.
to turn off Benny Hill while we talk about Cynthia Dale out of respect?
Huh. Can you name the artist of this song? Like who's
No.
Boots Randolph.
Ah,
This is Yakety Sax. Because so
so it's not the Benny Hill theme.
yeah, it's a Benny Hill theme,
But
but
it's not called that.
It's called
It's called
Yakety
Yakety
Sax,
Sax.
and it's by Boots Randolph. And I will say that what we are about to do, a little Cynthia, but we're about to do Cynthia Dale,
Do you have a video of me and Cynthia just meeting there, or that's just audio?
just audio.
This didn't record. That moment will just be forever forgotten if you didn't watch. Now that's why you got to tune in live.
Well, the audio is going to live forever. It's going to outlive us.
But you couldn't
okay?
see me blushing in the audio.
But I took a screen cap,
Okay.
and people, and no one saw it but me and you. But that's okay. I want to tell people we're going to kick out our favorite songs with a prominent saxophone part. We're about to dive into this. I could tell that meant a lot to you, that whole Cynthia Dale.
I'm just thinking about it right now. It's like I'm not ready to talk about fucking saxophone songs just yet.
Okay,
I'm
well,
still
you want me
like-
to? You need a moment. I'll
Yeah.
tell people who helped make this possible. So I'm enjoying my Great Lakes beer. You know I love my Palma Pasta. They've stepped up. This is fucking amazing. Palma Pasta, delicious, authentic Italian food in Mississauga and Oakville. Go to palmapasta.com. Palma Pasta wants to feed every FOTM who comes to TMLXX on September 1st. Okay, delicious Italian food served up hot and fresh. Think about that. That's a free meal. Okay? There's no ticket. This is not a ticketed event. You just have to be a FOTM.
Where? What are you talking about?
TMLXX. It's
You're
at Great,
already advertising that?
yeah, September 1st.
Is that
Great Lakes Brewery.
Am I invited to that? What is that?
You have to be there. It's September 1st from 6 to 9 p.m. You're not listening?
I
You're
don't know.
so distracted by Cynthia. Okay, so thank you,
You know what?
Palma.
I guess I'm just. You know what I was that threw me off because she has this kind of. Can you please turn off this fucking song for a second,
Be nice.
please? You know, you can have it on faintly. That's fine. I think she just hates that movie so much that she, it's to me, it's like if I thought it would be, oh my God, Stu, and she's just like, ugh,
Okay.
Heavenly Bodies.
But you were 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
So to her, you're just
Some
the
kid.
cute 5-year-old doing your
Yeah,
lines.
obviously not memorably cute.
Well, it's a long time. And remember,
She probably hasn't watched the movie in 20 years.
no, because I think she's disappointed by the results.
I don't think she should be. It's like there's such a thing as failing upwards, and that's what that movie did. It failed upwards.
Well, it launched-
Watch my New Year's special with Jamie Kennedy from 2013. There's highlights of it on YouTube. The worst television broadcast in the history of television, but it was so big. There's such a thing that you can do so poorly that it's good.
Am I allowed to talk about sax again, or are you still mad at me?
I'm not mad at you at all.
Too many people yelling at you. Bullard was yelling at me earlier today.
I'm just like still in shock. You just like threw
But
that on me.
it's a good thing, right?
Big life moment for me.
But it's a nice thing I did,
love
right?
It.
Okay,
I love
okay.
it.
I don't
just
wanna-
like I can't believe it. I'm in shock, and I love that you did that. You're a great guy, Mike.
All right, and I'm also going to broker the in-person meeting between you two
I
on
don't
September
know.
1st.
I'm kind of scared.
Well, you got to show up for TMLXX
Got
because she's
kind of a
expecting
Liz
you to be
vibe.
there. Oh, don't say that. No, she doesn't have a Liz vibe.
No, like as in she wants to like arm wrestle me.
Yeah, because she
would
was
beat me.
jealous that I said that you come on every month, and she was jealous because she wants to come on every
Well, she
month.
can.
So, but she's now made 2 appearances in June, so
She's caught up to Cam
She's
too.
caught up
She's 2 up on Cam too.
2 more appearances in June than Cam Gordon. So.
My aunt loves Street Legal. She loves it.
How's
And
she doing?
She's okay. She's miserable, but she's okay. But she's miserable because Street Legal, she can't get that show anymore either.
Is that streaming on Gem?
She doesn't stream shows,
Okay,
so she can't
but
watch
maybe
it
when you
anymore.
play this audio for her, it'll cheer her up.
I hope so. I hope so. Maybe I should call her and tell her that I saw it.
Well, you know what? Yeah. So
Sax jams.
sax. Listen, these are our favorite songs with a prominent saxophone part. Okay, Yakety Sax was just meant to be played as we introduced the topic. Okay, it wasn't meant to upset you. I know it's a goofy song because we think of Benny.
No,
Hill,
I
but-
love the song, and it makes me think of like fast motion, running around in circles with like ladies chasing him.
Right. So let's talk about how we're going to do this without Cam, though. So I've loaded up the jams for all of us.
Just put him
He's-
first. Play
he's-
his song and listen to his bullshit.
First, I have a little bit of Homer Simpson to kick us off.
What I wouldn't give to hear Lisa play another one of her jazzy tunes. Saxophone, saxophone. Oh,
I miss the way Bart would say something and then say dude.
I wish I knew something about the baby I could miss now.
You mean Maggie?
I'm sorry. I went a little long in that clip. Okay, let's start with Cam's first jam, and then I'll see if I can play this file he recorded on his deathbed. Are you ready, Stu, for
Yes.
Cam Gordon's first jam?
Yes.
Here we go.
Rocky IV.
Yep, that's correct.
Superhighways, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. On the transcontinental overload, just fly behind the wheel. How does it feel? When there's no destination that's too far, and somewhere on the way you might find out who you are. Living in America.
This is the hardest working man in show business. James Brown. Yeah, Rocky IV. No, Rocky III. No, Rocky IV.
Four.
Russian one. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Russian one. Who's not Russian? He's actually, Dolph Lundgren is Swedish.
This was a song that I recall sort of the beginning of the sort of propaganda that as a youngster,
Anti-Russia propaganda?
no, just like America's the best.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Which
yeah.
is, like G.I. Joe, the
Right.
real American hero,
Yeah.
Rocky, I live in America, 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 America. And as a kid, I ate it up. Hacksaw Duggan and the American flag and Sergeant Slaughter, all
Sergeant
of it.
Slaughter, right.
I was all about USA, USA. And this song contributed. This enabled me as a Canadian to like aspire to be like those great Americans because a song like this. What's Cam got to say?
Okay, let's hear. This is, and I
I
have
didn't
not.
think he watched movies.
I have not heard this yet, but this is sent right now via email by Cam Gordon. Let's listen.
Living in America was written by Dan Hartman. He is the dude who sang CHFI radio staple I Can Dream About You. He also wrote Free Ride by Edgar Winter and Love Sensation by Loletta Holloway. The latter was basically remade by Black Box for their much danced smash Ride on Time. Also, this is a mind blow. Stevie Ray Vaughan played guitar on Living in America.
Okay.
Wow, so
I caught the mind blow.
I caught two things.
Okay, I heard.
Dan Hartman wrote it,
Okay.
which is he had I Can Dream About You. And then I also caught that Stevie Ray Vaughan played guitar.
Yeah, I
on
caught the
this jam.
Stevie Ray Vaughan play. That is a mind blow.
And
that
Stevie Ray Vaughan was like jumping around doing session stuff during this era too, because he shows up, he plays on that David Bowie Let's Dance. He's playing on a couple things, so I didn't know he played on this song, so that was
That
really
is a
cool
mind
of,
blow.
Cam Hawking.
Did you know James Brown? Did you know he was raised
by wolves?
Almost in a whorehouse.
Who was?
James Brown
Was raised in a whorehouse.
Yeah, I don't know what the proper nomenclature is, but a brothel maybe.
A brothel.
Okay, I'm just thinking. I think I remember Don Draper was raised in a whorehouse, or
in a sex establishment.
I know.
Sexy establishment.
I'm thinking of the last little whorehouse in Texas, but in a sex worker.
Do such
haven.
houses like that exist anymore?
There's the whole Simpsons episode about it, the Maison Derriere. You remember this?
Right, but I'm saying in real life.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
They're just maybe not as maybe they're
Prominent.
more like Apple stores now. You just kind of walk in and order off a menu or something like that. But look, I'm pro sex worker, but I believe James Brown. It's a tough environment, I think, for a kid to be raised in. But,
Yeah. Well, listen, that might explain some of his behaviors as an adult.
Yeah. Well, he had some trouble with the law.
Yeah,
of course.
I
But
mean, that's got to be a tough way to grow up. He probably saw a lot more than he probably should have at a young age. So that's too bad to hear.
All right, so we won't spend as much time.
Kind of like me on the set of Heavenly Bodies.
Right, that's right.
Where I saw a little bit more than I probably should have seen.
Those are the stories we want to hear. All right, I'm going to kick out my first sax jam. You ready, buddy?
Your jam, yeah.
This is mine.
Hey, you! Don't watch that. Watch this. This is the heavy, heavy monster sound.
This is good.
The nuttiest sound around. So if you're coming off the street and you're beginning to feel the heat, well, listen, Buster, you better start to move your feet to the rockinest, rock-steady beat of madness. One step beyond.
Replacements?
No. This is Madness.
Oh, Madness. You can see how I would have thought that maybe.
You weren't here for the ska episode.
No, I was.
Brother Bill.
No, I was here.
Oh, was Cam not here? Why do I feel like Brother Bill was a part of that one?
Yeah, me and Brother Bill.
Okay, you and Brother Bill. Okay. So this is like a second wave of ska. This is Madness, One Step Beyond.
Right.
By the way, some fun reaction to the Cam Gordon robot voice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hobbyist Kirkus said, Cam is too sick to send an audio file of himself, but he's well enough to send a robot?
That was
And
pretty funny.
YYZ says, sounds like 1980s deck talk. Okay.
My mother
Yeah?
just texted me. You'd like this breaking news? She texted me and she said there is the Chicken Ranch outside of Vegas. That's a whorehouse. That's
Okay.
according to Trudy. I guess my mom must have missed the Cynthia Dale Stuart Stone reunion that took place. She might be tuning in late,
Hey,
but
did
that
you know-
happened tonight.
You can get the Street Legal DVD set.
But it
for-
doesn't have a DVD player, guys. Don't waste your
$36
time.
US dollars.
Don't
Okay.
waste your time.
So let me tell you a little bit about this cover, okay? This
Maybe
is a
the
cover.
audio book she could listen to.
So a lot of the second wave, and I learned this from our doing the homework for our ska episode, but a lot of the second wave of ska is sort of covers of the first wave of ska. First wave coming out of like Jamaica, second wave in the UK there primarily, but this was a cover of a Prince Buster song. And you know that opening, don't watch that, watch this. That's actually Prince Buster's opening for his song Scorcher. Now, I did what I wanted to do when I kick out these sax jams is I wanted to see who's playing sax, what else they did, and all that jazz. So this, of course, on sax for that jam is Lee Thompson. He basically, I have a little note here. He came in one day with that nutty sound sprayed on his jacket, and he talked about the music being a mixture of pop and circus, but he didn't know how to tune a saxophone. So Lee was actually out of tune on One Step Beyond. Some music professor noticed.
You're going to hear, spoiler, over and over again. A lot of these sax jams, out-of-tune saxophones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And some music professor noticed that it was out of tune and said that the BBC can't play that, but they had to play it because people wanted to hear it. So my last little note here is Lee Thompson. He's a founding member
Leah
of
Thompson of Back to the Future?
Or Howard the Duck. Well, lots of great things. Lee Thompson, founding member of Madness, along with Mike Barson and Chris Foreman. They formed Madness back in 1976. And I enjoyed the saxophone in that jam. But here is not much of a mind blow, but just to give you a taste of the Prince Buster version.
The same thing.
So
It's
this
like
is
old school.
Yeah, this is the first wave. You want to set up your, while I bring down Prince Buster?
Sure.
Set up your first
This
jam.
is an episode of Toast that's going to be, it's like I'll be slam dunking all night. And I'm just going to, just so.
Because I need tall Cam to defend the rim.
In case Cynthia Dale is listening still, she's got to hear that her son grew up to be a champion who wins whenever a competition is placed in front of him, such as Toast, monthly on the Toronto Mic DS. Is that what that stands for? Digital Services?
Toronto Mic Digital Services.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Am
I ever going to get the Gibby show? Was that ever going to be a TMDS production?
If it happens.
Okay, because
Cynthia Dale may have, people who are fans of Heavenly Bodies anyway, which she isn't. We've established that.
Right,
For the many fans that do exist, they may refer to her character in the film by the name of this sax jam that I'm about to slam dunk on all of you with. So go ahead, Mike.
Wow. It's a big one.
It takes a while to get to the sax part, but we can at least listen to the cool vocals for when they eventually come in. 106.5. There he is. But he goes nuts later.
So just point at me or give me a verbal signal when you want it up for the the big one. Go ahead. Tell me whatever you like.
Well, this song is called Man Eater. What a jam. A lot of people's childhood favorite song.
Big jam. Remember I recently played Your Kiss Is On My List because I thought it was Your Kiss Is On My Lips. They're giving you the victory of the first round, but it's not a contest.
It is a contest.
It's not a contest.
Well, before we get to the crazy part, Man Eater is Hall & Oates. This song kind of put them on the map in a whole other way, right? Because they were like a 70s, blue-eyed soul or whatever you want to call it that they were doing.
Sure.
This kind of turned them into like a modern pop act, right? It crossed them into a whole new area of commercial success with the MTV and whatnot, and Daryl Hall was a good-looking guy and blah, blah, blah. Big video, I kind of remember of this one for sure. But this is on their 11th album. Think about that. This song came out in 1982, Mike, and that was their 11th album. How much fucking music does Hall & Oates have out there? A ton is the answer.
Right.
This is the most successful of all of their songs. How about that? Stick that in your pipe, 1236.
Wow.
It reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 at the end of 1982, where it remained on the top spot. You like to be on the charts in December, right? Because you can bleed into the next year.
Sure.
Hall & Oates did that because this was number 1 for 4 weeks, more than any of the duo's 5 other number 1 hits, including Kiss Is On My List, which is their number 2 most successful song based on the chart performance anyway, which was number 1 for 3 weeks. Now let's try to figure out what their other number 1s were. So you have Man Eater, you have Kiss On My List. I'm guessing Sarah Smile or that other old one that I can't think of. You're Making My Dreams Come True. I Can't Go For That.
Right.
Kiss Is On My List. We said You're Out of Touch. Maybe Out of Touch.
Method of Modern Love.
You're a Rich Girl. You're a Rich Girl.
Yeah.
A lot of good songs.
A lot of big songs.
So,
here's a big sax. You want to hear something?
Yeah. It goes on for hours. So the saxophone player is a gentleman by the name of Charles Deschamps, who also played on One, Man Eater, Say It Ain't So, I Can't Go For That. The song went to number 1 in the United States. In Canada, number 4. And here's a little mind blow for you folks.
Yeah.
Playing rhythm guitar and background vocals for this and many other Hall & Oates tracks. G.E. Smith.
Oh, from the Saturday Night Live band.
Saturday Night Live band.
Wow.
Checking in as a member of the Hall & Oates band. Didn't know that.
No. Wild. That's
Here
wild
she
stuff.
comes. He's a Man Eater.
By the way, 1236 himself has joined us on the live stream, and he heard.
Why doesn't he have the balls to call in like Cynthia Dale and like be face to face?
I haven't given him the link. That was he wanted to know, was that Cam Gordon speaking,
Yes.
the robot, or was that Ivan Drago from Rocky IV?
Did you see Top Gun?
No, I haven't even seen the first one yet.
Oh well, then you don't need to watch it. Although, if you haven't seen the first one and you see this Top Gun, the plot will be new to you.
Yeah, you know what? So there's no reason I have to see the first one to see the second
No,
one.
because
So maybe I skip
it's the same
first
movie.
One. Okay.
And
then,
at
then
first,
I'm into it.
At first,
Yeah.
and I think 1236 should really listen to this. At first, when I saw Top Gun,
Yeah, Maverick it's called. right?
Maverick, I had not nice things to say about this, that, and the other thing about it. A million things that I found, like I was just like
plot holes?
Just everything about it was just like, but then after further consideration, I realized that I was wrong about my take on Top Gun.
You were taking it too seriously?
And here's why.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because if I went to go see Hall & Oates, for example, in concert,
right,
I want to hear the hits. I don't want to hear the new Hall & Oates songs. I want to hear the hits.
Right.
So you're going to see Top Gun, you're going to see the hits, and you're going to get the hits because they play all the hits. So
you changed your mind.
I changed my mind.
Derivative, but, movies are different than songs. There's a big difference.
I'm saying that if people are a fan of Top Gun, they're going to love the Top Gun movie because it's all the hits. Is this Cam's next song? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Amazing, Mike, how Huey Lewis in the News has a sound.
Absolutely.
This sounds the same as, they didn't evolve. They just kept it this is our brand and this is what we do.
Right.
Because this is a song from later in their run, but it sounds like it could be from the Sports Collection, which is the album
it's
that
not
has
much
all...
later, is it?
Yeah, this is 87 or something.
Okay.
And the other one's 83 or 82.
Okay. I think maybe a little later than 82, 83. If there was sports, there was news. They had a...
No, Huey Lewis in the News was Sports. That's the big album.
Well, wasn't that 85, or am I
No,
misremembering?
and we'll get to that later maybe.
Okay. I should Google it. Remember, not my jam, so I didn't do my homework on this one. But Do you want to hear the robot guy?
Sure.
Okay, let's hope we can make this out. More robot. Here we go.
Huey Lewis was a big star in the 80s. Huey and Antonio Banderas were my mom's two crushes growing up, especially Huey. Joe Montana and Ronnie Lott sing back up on this jam for some reason.
Joe Montana?
What?
Joe
Montana and Ronnie Lott,
he later was a long-time member of Paul Simon's touring band, and later toured with the Rolling Stones on their Bridges to Babylon tour.
Okay, I'm going to do it again, only because I started talking.
Joe Montana and Ronnie Lott.
The 49ers.
Huey and Antonio Banderas were my mom's two crushes growing up, especially Huey. Joe Montana and Ronnie Lott sing back up on this jam for some reason. Andy Sitzer plays sax on this jam. He later was a long-time member of Paul Simon's touring band, and later toured with the Rolling Stones on their Bridges to Babylon tour.
Did you catch the name, though?
I know who it is.
Do you know the name?
Of the saxophone player? I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, please. And then I'll just tell you while you're looking that up, I'll just say that if anyone heard the Blair Packham episodes of Toronto Mike, then there are suddenly many, because much like Cynthia Dale, he has fallen in love with the TMU.
Johnny Cola.
Johnny Cola. And this is Joe Montana, I think we're hearing in the background. Hold on.
He's probably going hip, 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 hip.
I can hear Joe Montana in there. I feel like there was a moment where I was listening to this like while I was watching Alf or something.
This is like one of the last bands to like in the pop bubblegum world to like use. They didn't hang up the real instruments yet. They're still playing all real shit.
Sure. Oh, by the way, that's where I was going with the Blair Packham thing. So, Huey Lewis and News begat Doug and the Slugs, which begat the Jitters. I think that's how it works here. Okay.
Wait, Doug and the Slugs has an affiliation with Huey Lewis in the News?
Not an official one, but they're Canada's Huey Lewis in the News. Okay, there's a,
of course, I'm Stuart Lewis of the Jews. Stewie Lewis and the Jews. That was a nickname of mine in the
Holy shit!
Stewie Lewis and the Jews.
Okay. I want to win the whole fucking night with this jam. Are you ready? I'm going to just win it all. Now, this is a long fucking jam, but I think it's going to seal the deal. I'll be the champion once again. So I'm going to let it brew, then we'll talk, and then I'll bring it back up during the big solo, okay?
At a homecoming in Harlem late.
Yeah, you can't do a sax jams ebb without the great Clarence Clemens. Even I know that.
So this is Jungle Land. Again, I'll be bringing it back up before the big solo by Clarence Clemens. But this is from Bruce's 1975 album, Born to Run. You know how you turned around on Maverick? I completely turned around on 70s Bruce.
Yeah, I'm hearing it now, and I'm like, this is pretty good.
I was wrong.
It's better than 80s Bruce.
You know, I had some bias with 80s Bruce because I was in the top 40 at the time, but fuck, this whole 70s Bruce thing, and particularly this song, fucking amazing.
It's like we thought that our generation thought like Born in the USA was like this new artist, Bruce Springsteen. Like the fact that he existed in the 70s blew my mind.
Right. So yes, the saxophonist, and I will bring it up for the moment, but it's Clarence Clemens. His nickname was the Big Man. We lost Clarence in 2011. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. Just days, this is an interesting fact. Days before Clarence Clemens suffered a major stroke, which would take his life, days before, he shot a music video for Lady Gaga's The Edge of Glory, because he has a cameo in The Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga.
You know, I'm one of the rare people that owned, excuse me, the Clarence Clemens solo album cassette, because there was a song on it called You're a Friend of Mine that they featured prominently in the, this is going to be a mind blow for some of you, but
I'm ready.
When Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage, remember they were the Mega Powers?
Yep.
And then they exploded because Elizabeth and all, Mike, you know, Macho thought Hulk had lust. You got lust for your, you know, lust in your eyes, all that. They had a whole video package the night that the Mega Powers exploded to the Clarence Clemens, You're a Friend of Mine, which is a music video showing how good friends they were. And then later on in the broadcast, bam! Macho Man turned heel on Hogan and set up a one-year feud that culminated in WrestleMania 5.
Wow. Okay.
What a nerd I am. Cynthia would be proud.
I love it. I love it. Do you know how Clarence Clemens is connected to the TMU, the FOTM community?
Did you interview his son?
Close. So his nephew, Jake Clemens.
Oh, it's Jake Clemens, right. He's playing now, though.
He's the new saxophone player for the E Street Band.
Right.
He took over in 2012.
Yeah.
And he's an FOTM.
That's amazing. That's impressive.
There's a quote from Jake Clemens. All we could do was hold on, smoke a lot of pot, shout out to Kenna Cabana, and try to stay calm. Here it is! Wow, okay. Imagine when the first time Jake Clemens is asked to play this on stage at the E Street Band. So he said, all we could do is hold on.
It's like a David Gilmour solo, but on the sax.
Smoke a lot of pot, try to stay calm. In order to satisfy Bruce's bat-eared attention to sonic detail, it was time for big decisions, like what to do about the strings. He wisely decided, once we got the guitars, I think I just wanted the thing to be more gritty, and the strings kind of took away from some of the darkness. Anyways, this is the Jungle Land sax solo, and we weren't going to kick out the sax jams without it. Let's let the big guy finish here. Sorry, I'm being told Arthur Carlson was the big guy. This is actually the big man. Do you remember Herb was the little guy? Arthur was the big guy? And then when you're out of breath, because you're like 6.5 minutes deep, you're not done yet. You got a few more minutes to go here. This is quite the epic jam from Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Bruce Springsteen in the Range.
Right. Oh, and I saw Bruce Colburn. Shout out to Canada Kev.
Bruce Cockburn.
Bruce Cockburn. Shout out to Canada Kev, our friend from the Kenna Cabana episode, who gave me the ticket, and VP of Sales, who met me at Massey Hall.
Did you guys have a nice time?
Good time was had by all. It was a good time, right, VP?
There's a saxophone player we're probably not going to hear from tonight, which is the guy who played with the Duran Duran, right? Andy Hamilton is that guy's name.
The city.
Who played on Rio and Union of the Snake and on the Wham records. That, well, maybe you will hear from him. Elton John, Pet Shop Boys, Tina Turner, Paul McCartney. I mean, that's the kind of like the style guy. But Clarence Clemens, I mean, he's the guy, right? He's like the Slash,
he's the big man.
The Slash of I guess that's he's the guy,
right?
Like
right.
People know the E Street Band. People can name the sax player. Like, how many bands can you name the sax player? I'll tell you the answer. 0.
Is Kenny G in a band?
I don't think so.
No, then I don't know.
But like, you know what I mean? Clarence Clemens is the only saxophone player that the average person of a certain age could name, where you couldn't name Andy Hamilton. I wouldn't say, hey, who played sax for Duran Duran? You wouldn't know.
No.
But if I'd say who's in the E Street Band, I wouldn't even have to say who played sax. I'd be like, who's in the E Street Band? And Clarence Clemens would be the only or one of the only names you would say. Obviously, the guitar player too, but Clarence Clemens, you would know. That's my point.
No, absolutely. Maybe you want to explain the T-shirt now, since you're talking about
it's
Duran Duran.
I mean, listen, I'm a Ferran fan, a fan.
And it's not Dan Duran you're a fan of; it's Duran Duran.
No,
just to clarify. I gotta let Bruce finish, and then we're gonna roll right into yours.
Is this written by what's his name, the Meatloaf guy?
Tonight.
He's always involved in this theatrical.
Not Glenn Ballard.
cruise.
Who is it?
Oh, he just passed away.
Maybe if I knew this Bruce Springsteen music, I would have liked it.
Yeah, I think, by the way, Jim Steinman is the guy you're thinking of.
Did he write this?
I'm sure he was involved.
That's good stuff. I'm going to have to revisit the Bruce Springsteen collection. Was this me?
Now I'm feeling good. Shout out to StickerU, StickerU.com.
New York is everything they say, and no place that I'd rather be. Where else can you do 500,000 things, all at 2:45? When they play their music, ooh, that modern music, they back it with a lot of style, but it's still that same old backbeat rhythm that really, really drives them wild. They say the heart of rock and roll is still beating, and from what I've seen, I believe them.
I mean, a lot of people in there were singing about rock and roll. You know, it's like, I love rock and roll. This is the heart of rock and roll. Billy Joel had it's still rock and roll to me.
Right.
Huey Lewis in the news for the second time in this round.
Bob Seger had
sure. The heart of rock and roll, which came out in 1983, Mike. Now, if you think about the height of Huey Lewis mania, you think of one thing, right? Back to the Future.
Right.
Which came out in 1985.
Right.
And it was a hit through into 86 even, and then beyond. Huey Lewis's music it's from a 1983 2-year-old album that like got, you know, big again. And as much as I was talking about Clarence Clemens and about the Duran Duran dude, this guy here, if you want to turn him up, here he is playing his fucking sax. Johnny Cola. So, what makes him special is that for those of us old enough to remember the visuals that go with Huey Lewis, this guy would come front and center with the sax, get on his back and kick his feet up like he would do like he was doing like moves that, you know what I'm talking about? Like he would lay on his back and kick his legs while he was playing the sax. He was more of a showman.
Right.
And so, he kind of made saxophoning kind of cool for 80s kids. Because this guy from a very nerdy group, which, in hindsight, but it was still cool to me. I saw Huey Lewis play when he came to, Niagara Falls there.
Falls
so
View
here he said in Cleveland right there. Originally, the song was written when they were in Cleveland and they were expecting to have a shit show. And because they're from San Fran. Right. And they went to Cleveland and the show fucking rocked. And so when he wrote the song, it was, "The heart of rock and roll is in Cleveland."
Right.
And so he changed the lyric to "The heart of rock and roll is still beaten."
And that San Fran roots, that explains the Joe Montana on backup vocals.
Yes.
It all makes complete sense
Rolling
now.
Stone magazine called it a fancy pants sax solo with moronic lyrics.
And I heard that heartbeat at the beginning, that's a cow, right? That's a cow's heart.
Here's the mind blows for you, okay?
Let's go.
John Cola, the saxophone player, not only did he co-write this song, "The Heart of Rock and Roll," he also wrote the songs "If This Is It," "The Power of Love," and "Back in Time." The sax player, Mike. He's not just the sax player. Let's also give him some more credit because he's actually also the rhythm guitar player on the track.
Wow. Wow.
And he's singing backup vocals.
Wow.
So he's doing this and he's playing.
Do you want to, you finish your mind blows, then I'll give you the VP of sales mind blow, which is pretty good.
Well, it's pretty interesting. That's all I wanted to say. Also, here's another sort of fun fact that he also showed up on These Dreams Go On When It Glows. He sang backup vocals on that track. I think that's a Cam favorite.
That's a Heart, right? Is that Heart?
Yeah, so here's the last bit of trivia. Right around the time that I would have made the classic Canadian film Heavenly Bodies, I also was making appearances on, remember those old CFTO telethons?
Sure.
I used to be on them all the time because they hired kids to come on and sing and dance, right?
Before I forget, you are tied to Cynthia Dale by another program.
I am?
Yeah. Do you want me to give you this fun
Well,
reveal?
let me just tell this thing real quick.
Yes, right.
Heart of Rock and Roll was one of my telethon live performances.
Wow.
And I had an outfit with a red shirt and a heart, a sequenced heart, a blue heart. And there was a bunch of girls dancing with me and a bunch of girls. And we had a whole Heart of Rock and Roll and a whole fucking thing.
Fuck Cam Gordon. I am so
I was a song and dance man.
I'm blown away by Stu Stone.
My mom can verify. I'm sure.
Trudy, your son is such a peach.
It's something else.
He's a fucking peach.
So what do you want to? What? Me and Cynthia are tied through a second show.
Yeah, you're both regulars on Wayne and Schuster.
Really? I don't know. Was she regular?
She said multiple appearances. Yeah, she said multiple.
I was an actual cast member.
Okay, so I told her that.
Just
I
kidding.
told her that.
No.
Okay, so you ready for the
I think that's really
mind
cool.
blow?
Do you know which episode she was on?
No, I do not have that info at my disposal, but I do have a fun fact from VP of Sales. VP of Sales says that the Heart of Rock and Roll, there was a special version released to Canadian radio, and in that version, there's a couple. In that version, that radio version that was released to Canadian radio, it had Toronto and Montreal at the end of the song. So if you heard it on 680 CFTR, you would hear Toronto and Montreal at the end instead of Cleveland or whatever.
Toronto!
And the Canadian, thank you, Tobias Vaughn, for letting us know that the Canadian edit is on YouTube, so we could find that if we wanted to. So, all right. That's amazing. Then the second round, you both kicked out Huey Lewis in the News.
A reminder that if you want the tickets for Faking Murder and you're listening live, you still have time to send in a joke.
Oh, that's right. And you should, because Al Grego is going to be there, and Joe Louis, and me. That's enough,
I still have 3 more pairs of tickets to give away.
Come, jump on this, guys. Seriously, come out. It'll be a fun night. Come on out. While we're just reminding things, I'm about to kick out another jam. This is going to be a third Cam jam, and then we're going to hear from that shitty robot. I want to say that if you want to look sharp, Doer pants. They're comfortable, they're rugged, they look great, and you can save 15% at the retail store in Queen, Doer, D-U-E-R, or online at doer.ca. Use the promo code TMDS. Save 15%. Get yourself some quality
Are you wearing
threads.
them right now?
No, because I just came from
I was
soccer.
going to say you don't look sharp today.
I just came from soccer. I'm wearing my Wolfpack tee and my I don't know, some shitty shorts. But when I do wear my dress, so my daughter Michelle said she knows I'm biking to her high school graduation. I did not get to go to my son's graduation because COVID canceled it. My 20-year-old graduated university in 2020, and they canceled the ceremony due to COVID. I never had that experience. But my second born, she's got her big ceremony coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be there. This is on the C&E grounds, I think the Enercare Center or whatever. And she just said, hey, Dad.
You're going to take a break from working the games?
She said, look good. She said, look good. She wants me to look good. That's fine.
You got to wear those pants.
So I told her, I said, I'm going to wear my Doer pants and my Doer shirt. And she said, perfect. So that's happening. I'm going to look great. And
Are you guys going to
say,
go to the keg afterwards for that? Or
it'll be me, her, and my ex. It'll be quite the trio because she only got 2 tickets. So I got one.
Do you have to sit with your ex?
I'm going to sit right beside my ex.
Have you guys had that type of moment in the last?
Do you get
along?
Not since COVID. Yeah, sure, we get along, of course. Nobody laughs at my jokes. Monica, you listening with me? Actually, Monica will even admit my ex laughs harder at my jokes than Monica does.
Well, Monica's smarter than your ex.
Are you ready for Cam's third jam?
I am.
Here we go.
Boy meets girl.
Oh, stop. I fucked up. Okay, now here it is.
Is this the song that I think it is?
Here it is.
Yes.
How can you tell from the robot?
Because I heard him say boy meets girl.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
It's a great song. I feel like
up.
we've heard this before, but I don't care. You are listening to Toronto Mike Toast. Stu Stone along with Mike. 9:32 in the PM. Cool and breezy. Traffic non-existent in the city. Top Gun playing in the theaters right now. Don't forget to see it June the 22nd. Faking a Murder at the Review Cinema. Cynthia Dale playing across town. Here's Boy Meets Girl on Toronto Mike.
Kingston could have had that.
What a gem. I smile like this song makes me smile as if I'm speaking to Cynthia Dale, like just a happy smile.
After the fun facts and the talk about this song, I have another joke for you from Moose Grumpy.
Perfect. Maybe I should just take the Q107 job. Is that a possibility? I could just show that I could hit the post.
Dude, I'm rooting for you, but there's another opening because FOTM, who? Terrible. The CFNY has a new morning show opening as well. It's not just Q107.
So should I get in there?
Well, I think that would be better music for you. Like, I think...
I don't know, man. Kind of like playing... I'd like to play Boy Meets Girl on my show.
I think they'd let you do that. I don't know. We'll find out here, but... Oh, I see. I have to play the robot now, so I've had to fade it down. And if you're ready for... So, by the way, and I will tell the FOTMs, Jay Brody says he'll do a recorded call with me as soon as he's allowed to talk about why he left and where he's going. So we're going to hear from Jay Brody on Toronto Mike, but he's not there.
I can picture the sax solo. Like...
Okay, so... You ready for the robot?
Yeah.
Let me just bring it down a bit more. Oh.
Perfect, the bridge.
Boy meets girl, we're a duo. Shannon Rubey Cam and George Mayrell.
They famously wrote, I want to dance with somebody, and how will I know?
I didn't know that.
Whitney Houston.
That's pretty cool.
Waiting for a star to fall was supposedly written after seeing a shooting star at Whitney concert, but that sounds like bullshit to me. Waiting for a star to fall was originally offered to Belinda Carlisle, but she did not want it.
Belinda Carlisle. Okay, so Belinda Carlisle was offered this song and she didn't bite, and it fell to.
So these guys wrote the Whitney Houston jams, and they were like, "Well, what do you guys want to do something?" Wow, Belinda Carlisle really dropped the ball. So who played the sax? He doesn't even mention that in his robot voice.
He's unwell, so I feel like.
What's it called? Waiting for a Star.
BP says, I like this version of Cam.
Woo!
Steve Leggett says, all hit CFTR.
Andy Snitzer.
Okay. 1236 says, this was a big jam for Food City at the Galleria Mall. That is true. That's true. Steve Leggett says, hard R and arms. YYZ Gord said, you hit the post. He said, well done.
Yes.
Andy and Leslie, love it. I'm going to tell you a joke from Moose Grumpy, who wants tickets to your premiere. You ready?
You know, Belinda Carlisle actually recorded the song, but then left it off her album. So they were like, well,
mistake.
you know what? Fuck it. We'll just put it out.
Yeah.
Did they ever do anything else? I guess it doesn't matter.
Not my jam.
Once you do a song Waiting for a Star to Fall, Mike, you don't really need to do anything else. Just like Heavenly Bodies. Other than Stu and Cynthia, the rest of the cast, they didn't have to do anything.
Okay.
Because they did, you know what I mean?
Not to interrupt you, except that this joke needs to be told, right?
Sure.
Okay, so this
I still
is
got
from
3 more pairs of tickets to give away.
So, you guys, it's not too late. You can put it in the chat, or you can email mike@torontomike.com, okay? How do you make a dog drink?
How?
Put it in a blender.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the tone. It's hard to tell.
I get it.
Okay.
Like a dog drink.
Right.
So, yeah, that works. So there's 2 tickets right there.
Moose, he says it's good to go.
Yeah, Moose
but you're
can
not
get
really
it.
laughing, but I guess that's okay.
No, but it's fine. I can appreciate the joke. I would love it if our buddy 1236 would send in a joke.
1236, I think it would be okay, like aligned with your brand to show up. You don't have to stay for the whole movie. Show up, make an appearance, and then get the fuck out of Dodge. I
would love to see him and hug him. I actually...
You've never met him?
As much as I'm looking forward to seeing Cynthia Dale, I think I'm equally, if not more, excited to see 1236.
Well, they're both
I'm a
legends.
fan. I actually listen to his show.
Do you listen to all 3 hours?
I try.
There's a former radio DJ who says that it was 3 hours about him the other day. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So,
was it?
No, of course not.
Is that Dean Blundell you're talking about?
Yeah. We cover a lot of ground there. Okay. This episode needed
By the way,
Cynthia
Cam,
Dale,
I miss you, pal, but 3 great songs. Right now you're in second place.
Well, hold on, because Jungle Land didn't put me into top 2.
There is a remix of that Waiting for a Star to Fall. That was
Is
like
it
a big
Shep
dance.
Pettibone?
No, it was like a dance. Should I find it?
It's up to you. I'm going to kick out the jam. This is over. I thought Jungle Land sealed the deal, but this one might do it. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Low-hanging fruit of the best kind.
You're just jealous.
I am. This is the best. This is the reason why you made the episode. I think it's the Duran Duran guy playing the sax on this song.
I have all that info for you. It is not.
It's not. Okay. Wow, this is the shit, dude.
Wow.
What a gem. It's so good. I'm a Wham fan.
Yeah, me too. Make It Big was a big album for me. Make It Big. We were really like partial to the 80s. Sure, we had a little 70s.
Because that's where the sax really was shining.
Right.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool.
Where to begin? This is a song by George Michael.
And Andrew Ridgeley.
Yeah. by George Michael, written by George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley.
This is a Wham song.
It's a Wham song.
Yeah.
It was on Make It Big, which was the big album I had. This jam came out in 1984. There's a prominent saxophone riff in this song. Of course, this song was a big hit. It was number 1 in nearly 25 countries, okay? It sold 6 million copies worldwide. This was a big fucking hit. 2 million copies in the US alone. Here's what George Michael said about this song. I was on my way to DJ at the Bel Air when I wrote Careless Whisper. I have always ridden on buses, trains, and in cars. It always happens on journeys. With Careless Whisper, I remember exactly where it first came to me, where I first came up with the sax line. I remember I was handing the money over to the guy on the bus, and I got this line, the sax line. I wrote it totally in my head. I worked on it for 3 months in my head. The man behind this sax part, his name is Steve Gregory. And I have a little mind blow about Steve Gregory in a moment. But let's listen for a bit.
See, like the difference between this song and the other entries was like a sax solo, and like this is the hook of the song. Like the sax is the hook of the song.
Right. Andy had a big crush on George Michael, but who didn't? Cam Brio says, hey ya. Moose Grumpy just points out this is a 1984 song because that was her year. Steve Leggett said this was big for him in grade 3. It hits hard. VP says, incredible song. He crushes this at karaoke. Wow. A classic, says Leslie. What a jam. Wow.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Great line. Well, George Michael was so gifted, right? Like, what a genius.
Like, it's easy to pretend, but I know you're not a fool.
And George, the sad story is George Michael saw what happened to Elton John when he came out of the closet, and it basically forced George to
stay
in for an extra whatever until he came out running and screaming after the arrest in the public washroom there. But yeah, terrible.
You're human garbage.
I'm not human garbage. YYZ Gord said he knew. See, I actually believed the story, which was I was always told these gay artists were bisexual. That was always a line, and I said, "Oh yeah, he's bisexual." Like fine. And then later they'd be like, "Well, actually, I'm not so bisexual as I am gay." And nowadays that won't hurt your career, thankfully. Okay, so I am now going to tell you a fun fact by playing another jam here. Okay, so this, of course, Careless Whisper. I mentioned Steve Gregory.
Stevie G.
I feel like there was a Steve Gregory on CFTR. Like, am I right? Steve Gregory on CFTR?
Steve Gregory, CFTR.
Somebody confirmed that for me. A different guy, obviously. But Steve Gregory can be heard playing the sax on this song.
Low Rider? Oh, Honky Tonk Woman. I'm a Stones guy. I like the Stones. I saw them at the Sky Dome.
It was at CNE Grandstand.
Hey. Nick! I just sent you a video.
Okay, I'll get that in a second. So the mind blow is that Steve Gregory can be heard playing sax on this song. Here's a trivia question for you, Mr. Rolling Stones.
Sure.
This was the A-side, although if you ask me, this was 2 A-sides, but technically this was the A-side to the single. What was the B-side to the Honky Tonk Woman single?
Let's Spend the Night Together.
That's a good guess. Also one of Laura Dykin's favorite
Brown
songs.
Sugar.
Brown Sugar, another good guess.
Is it an up-tempo, like, bar song like this?
Nope.
Slow song.
It's a fucking, it's epic.
Ruby Tuesday.
No, it's bigger than that. It's a fucking epic.
Bigger than that?
Epic fucking Rolling Stone song. Yeah, I'd say he definitely starts slow. It's definitely slower
Painted
tempo.
Black, Sympathy for the Devil.
These are good guesses, but no.
I'll keep guessing. Wild Horses.
Shout out to Gino Vanelli. No.
As Tears Go By.
No.
That's a good song. Mother's Little Helper.
No.
Later than that.
And I think the first hit they had in the UK was
is it
a cover.
Oh, okay, so this is later on. So is it Miss You?
No, way earlier than that. This is your Hot Rocks era. So Hot Rocks is 64 to 71.
Yeah, what could I possibly be leaving out? Under My Thumb?
No, you're missing a big one.
You Can't Always Get What You Want.
That's it. Okay. So
I just proved what a Stones guy am.
Well, I could name the fucking track listing from Hot Rocks too.
Well, off the top of your head, though.
I think I could. I had the double album. I was playing that a lot as a kid. But You Can't Always Get What You Want.
Which is Donald Trump's favorite song. He always plays it at his rallies. That and YMCA.
Don't get me started. Okay, so that's the B-side to the Honky Tonk Woman single. All right, so here it comes to this. Stu Stone has one jam left. Shout out to Steve Gregory.
And when you say Stu Stone has one, you spell that W-O-N.
Let's go see if there's any reaction. Oh, they share my name? No.
Any more jokes?
Did you send me a video, you said?
I did, but it was more for you to watch. But for those out there...
So you don't want me to play it now?
Well, it won't make sense. But Jamie Kennedy and myself, when we were doing our circle, dot, I got my cootie shot era...
Yeah.
We actually did a shot-for-shot recreation of Wham's Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go video.
Wow.
Where Jamie does George Michael and I'm Andrew Ridgeley. And it's like a shot-for-shot
recreation.
I see it. And if you put it next to their video, it's like the same stuff's happening. And we were planning on putting this out. This was going to be the thing that made this song blow up. And instead, this Lego video showed up.
The Lego one.
And this video never came out. So
my kids, my younger two kids, love this song.
But this, watch, even like the transformation into the other outfits, you'll see.
Wow.
Wait until you see the outfits change. So for those who can't see, I'm doing the 4-box Andrew Ridgeley. I got the guitar on, and we're doing the dance.
I'll drop the link in the chat real quick here. So at live.toronto.
Any excuse to play circle, dot. But I want you to see the wardrobe change because you'll really appreciate it. Cynthia Dale would appreciate it. It's taking forever. Oh, here we go. He runs just like George, and now he's in the other outfit. And then I'm running, and I'm in the other outfit. Now we're in the other outfit. And then we did the glow-in-the-dark stuff. So anyway.
Wow.
It never happened. The video never played on MTV because the Lego was the way to go. Lego, my ego.
Okay, now your final jam. Any words before I kick it?
Well, you know what? You play the sax category, and Mike, obviously, Careless Whisper is an absolute classic.
And Jungle Land.
And Jungle, both classics. And then, of course, Cam had two strong entries. But you know what? There wouldn't be Careless Whisper, Mike. There wouldn't even be a sax jams category at all if it wasn't for my number one selection, which popularized the saxophone so much so that saxophone sales went through the roof of a very big house. Not the roof of this studio that we're in, which Cam Gordon can't stand up straight in. A high ceiling place.
I can't stand up straight
that you would
here.
find in New Toronto with Mike Majeski.
It's Mimico.
Him. That guy would find you a house with a high ceiling, and it would go through that roof. That's how many saxophones were for sale when this class came out. Don't hit play yet. Okay. I'm wondering if anybody's going to be able to guess the Stu Stone Slam Dunkaroo for the win.
All right. Remember, there's a delay. So
there's a bit of a delay.
You have to give, got to give him a few seconds here.
Still 2 pairs of tickets to give away for faking a murderer, which I'll allow you.
Let's talk about sax, baby.
If I don't give out those tickets tonight, Mike, you can give them out in future episodes.
So we have a bit of time here. We have 8 days before your event. I'll make sure they get. I mean, via Twitter, I could give these away. I don't know.
However you want to give them away.
So Tobias Vaughn has a guest. Baker Street.
Is that his guess?
That That's his fucking guess.
Well, is he going to stick with that as his final answer?
Yeah, he's sticking with it.
You know what? If he's right, he should get a pair of tickets.
Tobias, you should come out, man. Oh, faking. Tobias, if you come out, I have that found media for you, all those 8 tracks. Some guy was throwing out all these 8 tracks, and I took a photo of it, I tweeted it, and Tobias is like, I collect found media. Can you get those for me?
Found media?
Yeah, like found media. Like just,
media that you find.
Right. And it's been sitting in my fucking shed for like 3 months. So Tobias, I can give it to you at the Review Cinema if you're correct about Baker Street. Can I press play and find out?
All the way. By the way, I'm looking here, in Supertramp Logical Song was a fantastic sax jam.
Well, there's lots of good sax jams.
And that could have been in there. Madness is already played, so
I played that.
Missed that. Rio, we talked about it. So great.
Oh, you're on some list of great sax jams?
A lot of great stuff.
What about Bill Clinton on Arsenio Hall?
Yeah.
That's a big one, right?
Bill Clinton.
And I want to shout out, if I don't mind, I know he's a fictional character, but I want to shout out Bleeding Gums Murphy.
Yeah.
Like, to me, he's a fucking legend.
How about the Muppet Show guy?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he had that final kind of sax thing.
Another legend, absolutely.
Stevie, what's his name? Kenny G?
Kenny G is like your prototypical, like, famous sax guy.
But you know what? There can only be one number one, folks. And we've been counting down the sax jams all night long. And here is your number one sax jam of all time.
Wow. Oh, shout out to Langer. Langer's here too. Langer, if you want tickets for this event, you should come to it, buddy. You'd love it. You just give us a joke. Give us a joke. There's words to this song?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was an instrumental.
No way.
Oh, I have an email from Langer. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, there's a lot of jokes. I should check my email more often. Okay. I don't like country music, but I don't...
This isn't country music.
No, I'm reading something. Hold on. I don't like country music, but I don't Sorry, I gotta read this again. I don't like country music, but I don't denigrate those who do. And for people who like country music, denigrate means put down. That's clever.
I wasn't listening to what you said.
Oh my god.
What'd
Okay,
you say?
then I'm gonna change it.
No, let's hear it.
I'm doing a different one for you. You listening now?
He submitted 2 jokes?
Yeah. You ready for this one?
Okay.
How can you tell when you're... Oh, I don't... This one's... No, this is... I don't like this one. Okay. We're going back to the other one. Michael Lang. That's even too obscene for me. Okay. I don't like country music, but I don't denigrate those who do. And for people who like country music, denigrate means put down. See, the joke is country fans are dumb.
Yeah.
They don't know what denigrate means.
What's the other joke?
I'll email it to you.
Oh, is it rude?
It's too obscene. Like, it's actually...
Well, why don't you just say beep instead of saying the bad word?
The whole spirit of it is too much.
Oh, okay.
It's too terrible.
All right. Well, you can get a pair of tickets if you want.
Lang, you just won yourself tickets to see Faking a Murderer, the premiere.
You're going to keep track of this, right?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Real quick.
4 people. Go
Baker
ahead.
Street's a real street in London, not Ontario.
London, Ontario.
Baker Street, this is Jerry Rafferty, as we have discussed. This song went to number 1.
Wow.
And it was number 1 for 6 weeks. Oh, it was number 2, on the Billboard chart for 6 weeks. Blocked by Andy Gibb. It spent a month at number 1 in Canada, number 1 in Australia, South Africa, blah, blah, blah. Big hit.
Wow.
Here's some mind blows for you, kids.
Is he Irish?
Scottish.
Okay, sorry. I should have known that. Go ahead.
Do you know a band? This is Jerry Rafferty's solo album. He was in a band that I didn't know this until researching. He's in a band that you know one of the songs for sure.
Thin Lizzy.
No. Steelers.
Oh.
Wheel.
Stuck in the Middle.
Stuck in the Middle with You is Jerry Rafferty.
I think I knew this and I forgot I knew it. That's a great fucking fun fact.
That's a fun fact, right?
Yeah. And now all I can think about is Reservoir Dogs now.
So yes,
KBIL Super Sounds of the 70s.
Saxophone sales. We talked about that. It became known as the Baker Street phenomenon because a resurgence in the sales of saxophones and their use consequently in mainstream pop music and television advertising went through the roof. All from
what year is this from again?
78.
78. Wow. Wow.
So it's actually played by Raphael Ravenscroft.
Any relation to Thurl Ravenscroft, who was the voice of Tony the Tiger? They're great!
Are you ready to have your mind blown once this song is over? Any more jokes in there?
Check in my email. Bring it up and I'll check. Cambrio has a joke for you. You ready?
Sure.
The Aristocrats.
We could have played You Belong in the City, or You Belong to the City.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Shout out to Rick Campanelli.
Is this Yacht Rock?
Sure.
Moose Grumpy heard it on Yacht Rock radio today.
Sure. This qualifies.
Okay.
Is Rick Campanelli in FOTM?
Yep. Oh, I saw you're doing something with Rick.
Yeah.
He's in FOTM. He was fantastic. Yeah.
Nice guy.
Oh, you're both good guys. I'm not surprised that's
Yeah,
working.
I mean, listen, this Bodog thing is really taking off.
I'm jealous because I'm getting no Bodog dollars. I'm the
You
only
should be.
podcaster not getting any Bodog money.
I'll put in a good word for you. But, yeah, I'm doing stuff with Rick now.
Wow.
Next thing you know, they're going to have me doing stuff with Dean.
Would you take a gig with Dean?
I don't know the guy. One of my friends' father is part of Dean's thing. Remember, because I did an interview on his thing, and you got hot at me for that.
Yeah, well, apparently the new Maureen Holloway, Wendy Mesley podcast is on the Dean Blundell Network, and I have them on the show Friday. I'm going to ask them why the fuck they're doing that. Here's a trivia question for you, Stu. What does Wendy Mesley have in common with Cynthia Dale?
They both don't like heavenly bodies.
That's probably true, actually. But no. Do you have any more guesses?
I don't. They both dated somebody.
Well, it's more than that.
They were both married to somebody?
They were both married to the same... Oh, they were both married to somebody. And Cynthia's still married to the guy.
Wait, so that's his first wife?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you know who that is?
Okay, I do know who that is. Big Pete.
Peter Mansbridge.
Pistol Pete.
FOTM. Oh, VP says Blundell's trending on Twitter tonight. Wait till tomorrow morning. Then he'll really be trending. I'm just catching up here. Do you know this guy? Jay Shap 13. He says, Stu, can you give me a Bodog dollar for my bar mitzvah?
Sure.
Is this guy real or is this guy being a dink?
Don't know. Sounds like a schmuck to me, but it's all good.
Sounds like, I don't know.
No, it's cool.
The bar mitzvah humor, you got to be careful.
No, he's allowed.
Is he?
Yeah. Shap is a Jewish name.
Okay. If you say so. Okay. Now, do you have a mind blow you want to share with us?
I do. So, yeah. So, I mean, if I asked you to sing the riff from Baker Street, you might be like, oh, well, what's Baker Street? And if I go, then you'd know it, right?
Correct.
You'd be like, yeah, that's the Baker Street riff, right?
Right.
Guess what, Mike? It was copied. Have a listen.
I'm listening. Wow. This is scandalous.
Wild, right? Close enough.
Wow. So who am I listening to here?
The song's called Half a Heart. Steve Marcus playing the sax here. credited to a vibraphonist named Gary Burton. This is from 1968, 10 years prior. And it's quite possible that the saxophone player heard this and was just jamming on this, and then because apparently, Jerry Rafferty heard that and was like, "Oh no, we'll use that," and he was like, "Yeah, but," he's like, "No, we got it." He's like, "Yeah, but," he's like, "No, you can leave now, thank you."
Wow. Any writing credit? Because if you steal and you give writing credit, it's okay. It's only an issue when you don't give the credit.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. There's probably a lawsuit that we can ask Lauren to get involved. This kind of sounds like Doors.
It's got that. That's the keyboard organ or whatever. Yeah.
This is a pretty cool song.
Come on, baby, there's saxophone in that song. Isn't there?
I don't think so.
In my head there is, as I listen in my head, but okay.
So you're all cleared out with all the jokes.
Yeah, I'll do one last call since we have a couple minutes here. Here, let me bring down, that's very interesting fun fact here. So I'll just put a bit of this on while I check out.
I love it. Not a sax song, but we'll take it.
All right, so last call. If you're listening live, see, most people won't hear it live. So if you're hearing this on the recording...
they can probably tweet you and you'll still have tickets to give away.
Yeah, write me on mike@torontomike.com or tweet me if you give me a joke, and we'll get you a ticket to see the Faking a Murderer premiere at the Review Cinema the evening of the 22nd. That's June 22nd. Again, babe, happy anniversary. We're only 2 hours away from our 9th wedding anniversary. That's exciting. Cam, if you're listening...
We miss you, pal.
We miss you. It's not the same, but we tried to carry on in your honor. Your robot voice thing was...
it was a hit.
Let's face it. At first, I wasn't sure, but then it grew on me.
Heavenly Bodies.
I've never seen it.
I think you'd like it.
Do you want to do a viewing party at TMLXX?
We should do a viewing party at the Review Cinema. Do a screening and get her to show up.
Do you have to pay to rent that place?
I don't think they give it away for free.
Right, that's why we're not doing it there. We'll do it in the...
Probably get a sponsor if Cynthia Dale's going to show up.
We'll do it in the back room of Great Lakes or something like that. But I would actually do that. That's the kind of shit I'm into these days. Just, fuck it, let's do a screening of Heavenly Bodies with Cynthia Dale and Stu Stone. I'd be game. I'd be totally game.
All right.
Stu, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll see you in a month.
It's strange to see you when I'm not high.
Actually, I'll see you in less than a month. I'll see you in a week. Next Wednesday night.
Well, you're going to see me before then.
June the 22nd.
Do you know why you're going to see me before then? Because you're going to see me in your dreams, big guy.
Ah, yes. Well, of course. And that's... This went by pretty fast.
Yeah, because it was... Normally, it's about 2.5, and this time it's about 2, because there was no Cam Gordon.
But there was Cynthia Dale, so shout out to her. I love her. I was more excited to speak to her than she was to speak to me, but that's understandable.
Remember, she's the one who had to zoom in at a specific time. She had to put in all that effort. I think she wanted to talk to you.
She doesn't understand that her son grew up to be a mensch.
Well, I told her you make movies, and she became very interested in you because I think she wants to do a cameo in one of your films.
I could give her more than a cameo. I think she's talented enough to have a big role.
As Jarvis would say, CAM stands for cameo.
Yes. And shout out to all the FOSSs out there. If you had a good time in the chat room, hit number 1. So we know that you had a great time. And if you missed any of the recording, you should go back and listen to it. And don't forget to check out Mike's secret episode dropping tomorrow, where he's going to have a lot to say about his... I don't know. Is he Tupac or are you Biggie? How does this work?
No, because that implies there's a two-sided thing. This is literally I'm just doing my thing in my own lane. I have
all right.
It's he just keeps firing shots at me.
Well, shout out to Stan, or to Steve, I should say, not Stan. Steve, Moose Grumpy, Gord, Langer Banger, Andy, the Moose,
all the good people.
VP of Sales. Oh, is that Tim?
Tim was there earlier.
Pal Tim.
Ian Service?
Could be. Great show.
Some new bodies. That's it. Every day I get a note from somebody who says, I'm now in FOTM. I just discovered this, that, the other. More the merrier.
Jump on board, folks.
And that's... And I'm fading the wrong fader. There it is. And that brings us to the end of our 1065th show. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Toronto Mike. Stu is at Stu Stone.
Yes.
Our friends at Great Lakes Brewery are at Great Lakes Beer. Palma Pasta is at Palma Pasta. Sticker U is at Sticker U.
Yes.
Doer are at Doer Performance.
Don't forget to use promo code TMTS for 15% off.
Ridley Funeral Home are
Yes.
at Ridley FH. And Canna Cabana, they're at Canna Cabana _.
Where the lowest price is the law.
See you all next week. Tomorrow. And Friday when Mo, that's what I call her, we're friends, Maureen Holloway and Wendy Mesley join me.